What's up, everyone? What's going on? It is Thursday night. That means it's time for some PopFourceOne. Oh, and look at this. We already got something going on. We got 7-month member Magma Funko. Thank you. Excited for the Funkoween NFTs, are you?
So honestly, those look incredible. Which is all right. I'm sure we'll talk about that more in a couple of minutes, but isn't it kind of a bummer though? Because they're so good. I feel like it's kind of like overshadowed the hype for everybody getting these current Halloween NFTs delivered.
Well, I feel like the current Halloween, I mean, no, the current ones I think were pretty exciting though, don't you think?
Yeah, the Reaper was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
The Space Zombie, freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly, way better than most of the Freddies we got throughout the year.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Early in the house, Patrick was hanging out here. And then we got Chase Chaser. We got Pipsqueak Collectibles hanging out with us tonight. We got David, Mr. Brewer there. We got Never Ask, Sir Bass, what's up? Matthew Ross hanging out with us. Jeremy, Wayne in the house. Who else we got? Who else? Wonder Muss. Hi, Shy Guy. Mr. Venom hanging out with us. Aussie Poppin Paul hanging out with us. Jetman, Pop Funko UK. What's up?
Oh, what's up, Scott? Good to see you in the house tonight. Jonathan's here. Dave is here. Lots of great people.
And Linda are hanging out with us. Who else? Who else did you guys? Chris is in the house. Chris just got a big grail from me to add to his rock collection. So.
Ooh, which one?
Ooh. So it was one I posted recently. And
rock grail that you
grabbed. A rock grail. Pretty low number rock grail.
So it was numbered.
Yes. Low number too. I'll say under 20. Under 20. No, like the number is under 20. Like
I'm like, wait a minute, what?
20 is pretty limited.
Oh wow. Yeah, 20. Under 20.
Or 20 in the line. Under 20.
Well, because you said under 20, I would say it's above 10. But under 20.
It's above
and I
10,
think you would have said
20.
15. So I'm guessing between 16 and 19.
I think you're high, actually. High.
Son of a gun. I don't have a clue. I'm not very versed in the Rocks Pop. So, I mean, the lower ones, I know Elvis. I know Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, Elvis, got Jimi Hendrix. You got the Rasta Man, Bob Marley at number 8. So if you think of that, some good stuff. So I'll let Chris spoil it if he's in here. I won't spoil it. Let's see. Oh, Aaron, you're welcome, Aaron. I'm glad you got your box and everything came in great. Aaron grabbed some stuff from our show, virtually from our show. She was able to grab some stuff from over the weekend.
Well, it's always great when stuff comes in good condition because, man, it's been a crapshoot lately.
That's half the battle, honestly.
Cross Age, what's up? What's going on, Scott? Watching all our channels makes your day better.
Scott, me too. You know, when I'm having a rough day, I just turn on the Poppin Duo and cheers me right up.
It does. You can just laugh.
These guys are good too.
Sometimes though,
when
I watch the Poppin Duo, I get angry.
Okay, why do you get angry? Because you see my beautiful face?
Especially when no, seeing your face always brings joy
to your heart. I understand that. Okay.
Yeah,
so go on.
Bree's all right, but we all know who the star is.
Yeah.
No, the issue I had this week was the fact that we still didn't have our heavy metal boxes. You were opening up a second round of heavy metal boxes.
Yeah, we opened a second and a third.
Yeah, and on top of that, to rub salt in the already bleeding, just super fresh wound, you pulled 2 chases back to back. Which
could you believe that? I couldn't believe it. You know, and here I'm gonna. So on our whatnot auction, I'm gonna grab it real quick because I completely we open stuff for content, right?
Yeah,
I am a complete moron. So we opened our third box. And I was kind of discouraged from the 2 boxes before, and I actually kind of liked our third box. Still probably not exactly the combo, but I was okay with it. It's a mystery. But in my haste, I go, well, I got this and we got this soda already. I didn't realize I pushed aside a proto soda that I didn't realize we did not pull that one. We had pulled a different piece count. Let me grab it real quick because I want to show it off.
So yeah, Vince is starting No Shave November a little early. So,
yeah, I started a couple weeks early.
Pull it off though.
You wanted to go full I
needed that full grayness as early as possible. You know what I mean? To really put me into Christmas spirits of.
I wouldn't know about that.
So we pulled this proto. I thought this is the one that we had. This is actually flocked.
Ah.
And it's 100 other than his tongue. Yeah, they didn't flock his tongue, but other than that, and it's way better in person because you can't see the flocking on this guy. But we skipped right past that. I didn't open it. As soon as they told me, they're like, "Hey, you," and I'm like, "Thank God you guys pay attention because I don't." And I'm glad that they said something.
That's why you have to look at the POG now too because I think you passed this one too, Vince. The green.
Yeah, Josh, don't get me started on that. I gave it away in the video. I said that we were giving it away. Later that day, that next day, we went to our local pop store, My Pops. They had that green glow there, and they told me that it glowed. And I'm like, we opened this stuff for to give information, and I skipped over. What an idiot! I mean, what a brutal job that I did. Quite honestly.
But there was 2 things during your video that I noticed. Funko did, and I feel like it's not really being talked about. There was 2 new variants of sodas. The names are escaping me at the moment, but it was
translucent.
Might have been translucent.
The glitter
for mine.
Glitter.
Antique.
No, there was antique. That's what it was.
Antique would look good.
Yeah,
they had one at My Pops. I got to see that in person. That thing is impressive. And I saw Josh pull his, and I seen that one in person. It looks even better in person.
This one is that the stone they did on this. If they did this with the gargoyles pops or the sodas they did for gargoyles, it'd be amazing. But you can't. I don't even think it does it justice on camera. You can see it looks like stone.
Right.
Whether it's in the copper color of it and everything of him. This is one
of my what's that numbered out of?
This one is that's one thing I didn't check all the pogs. I know some people have been saying
that they're different numbers.
Yeah, 2000 only. 2000.
Yeah, see that's
so it's a chase pretty much. If you think about it, it's a chase anymore.
Yeah.
Worth of soda. And then the other one was where is it?
Pipsqueak airbrush.
Airbrushed, yes.
Yeah.
Airbrushed
the orange
one. It was a spirit. Was it a spirit? No, the other proto.
The other proto orange one, yeah, was the airbrush.
I thought this one would be a glow. When I first saw the can, I was like, "Oh, cool! It'd be a orange glow, you know, like a really bright like glow, but no, it's
when we opened here, since we're just doing show and tell at this point and rubbing this all in John's face, which I'm quite thoroughly enjoying at this point, to be honest with you guys. But so yeah, I said I was giving this away, and I am. I'm not going to go back on my word, even though. And I thought this was. I didn't love this one at first when I saw this, but when we put it under the black light and glowed this thing up, like
such a good glow.
Oh my god! Like, quite honestly, maybe one of my favorite sodas we ever shot in glow in the dark. Does that glow?
This isn't new. I just wanted to hold something up to be relevant.
You know, John, I thought it was.
John, did you ever get your boxes, John? That's the key.
We finally got our first 2 boxes today, so we're going to be filming that tomorrow to drop on Saturday. I was hoping that we would get all of our boxes because I wanted to do a big giant video, but we're going out of town starting Monday, and of course, all of our other Funko orders are scheduled to be delivered while we're not here. Actually, Joanna's about to be gone for 2 weeks, so hopefully everybody enjoys her in Saturday's video because she's gonna be gone for a while.
Show.
Yeah, I don't know. I if our boxes didn't come in as busted up as they were, and I kind of felt like I was beating a dead. I was gonna say beating a dead drum. I mean, I don't know if that's the proper way to put it, but not beating the dead horse. It was kind of, and I've seen a lot of people post, and I said it on the video as well. Like, we open it for content, so I can laugh some of it off a little bit more. But if just straight up, and some of the stuff I don't care if the boxes are perfect, but some of ours was severely damaged. So I hope that again, I said it in our video, I hope that they do less boxes next year. Do one less pop. I'll be the first to say this, Funko. I would be okay with that. I don't know if everybody else will be. Take one soda out of the box or take one pop out of the box and give us a box. If you have to make the plastic insert and it's going to cost an extra whatever, take one pop or soda out of there, put the insert in there so we get everything in 100% great condition, because the fun on the run boxes were immaculate, all of those.
Yeah, they managed to do that with several different types of Funko items. Like, they had a wacky wobbler in there. They had the soda. They had the pop. Was there 1 pop or 2 pops? There was 1 pop, right? And you had the biddies.
The
biddies, the 1 pop, the rewind, the wobbler. Yeah. They can listen. They can do it. We know that they can do it, and I get they want to maximize profits. Totally understand, but doesn't it make sense to either charge $5 more or take something out? Because I'd rather take something out, get a little bit less, and have them come in perfect. Because really, that was the bummer. I enjoyed everything else other than that.
It would literally cost them probably $0.25 to get
I know, that's what I'm saying. I know it.
I'd go around the 3 sodas. That's all it has to be. It's like a square piece that goes around the 3 sodas, and they would have been fine.
Or maybe something other than tissue paper in between. I think that would have been okay too.
I mean, they took that play from Disney.
Yeah, Disney protects their stuff the same way. It doesn't work.
There's before we get more into the damage talk here, Chase Chaser said he ordered a Jack Carver box and a Rusty Steel box. Funko unfortunately sent him 2 of the exact same Rusty Steel box, and they won't refund, which I think is kind of messed up. Like, they technically got the order wrong.
Same box. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's messed up, and they won't refund.
They could at least sold you 2 Filthy Graves boxes with the 500-piece soda in it or something.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been appreciated.
Then you can't complain.
Well, they have a strict no cancellation policy now, or no refunds policy, final sale. So if they were to say, hey, send us your exact box back, send pictures, make sure everything's not ripped, everything's still intact, put in the exact same way that it was delivered to you, I don't see any fault on either side for once Funko receives the box, if they have another Jack Carver box, which they might not, but they could at least take the box back and do a refund.
Yeah, it's a mystery box, so you do start running that. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't, because I if we got 2 of the exact same things and it's not what I ordered, I'm not happy about that. $100, it's not like it's a pop.
It's not cheap. It's not cheap.
But it, you know, because it's a mystery, you don't get what you like. Oh, you sent, you know.
Yeah.
But as a business, I think you just got to stand behind that. I think you got to stand behind your customers. If you have to send them pictures when you have damage. If you put 2 of everything in there and this person didn't order 2 of the things, like, it's very simple. Refund them or send them what they ordered.
What's going on, Peter? The next comment that I just wanted to say in regards to these boxes. So right along the line that you said, Vince, a couple minutes ago, regarding like one less soda, I actually think they shouldn't put sodas in these boxes anymore because of the damage. Like, I think because they can't handle it, because I've seen a lot of people say they've gotten you know, any range of damage from a minor ding to a full crushed side, or, you know, a crushed window or something like that. If they're about saving money and maximizing profits, then just all the sodas that you're going to make, just sell them separately, or make less sodas and then just put 4 pops in the box, or do a box like that and just put 2 pops or something.
Kind of weird though. Like, these are pretty sturdy boxes. So when they must be like you.
Well, think about how
how
they
they're going through the mail and like
well, the mail is rough.
Because the boxes don't have any issues. The boxes are good. It's just a little insert inside, and you'd be happy.
I mean, you can look at how this is how it happened. I mean, it's so.
If the pops were in protectors, like simple, cheap,
and that's what happens.
4mm protectors or something like that.
Yeah, we are officially in holiday season as far as shipping goes.
It's only going to get worse.
It's going to get really bad out there, especially with all of the major companies, USPS, UPS, FedEx, DHL. They're all hurting for people. They're all begging for truck drivers. They already have, you know, temporary holiday help coming on board. Like, it's going to be bad. They're playing. Yeah, we already have packages that are lost. It's bad.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough. You know, it always is. You know, I don't blame them for, you know, you can't blame them for everything, but you know, it almost bothers me more that they did it such a good job with the Fun on the Run boxes. Like, those were either so well thought out, or like whatever it was, whoever was in charge of that, you know, that thing, they did an amazing job. Like, they're gonna have to start caring about this stuff a little bit.
The box,
because you know we do as collectors.
But I think if they would invest that, I mean, how much would it really cost to make that insert? Like a quarter?
Somebody's got to listen. It's probably a quarter, but somebody's got to design it. And I'm not saying like you need this big.
Okay, someone's got to design it, but that person who's designing it probably already works for the company, so it's not like
use it every time, probably too. If they plan on doing that.
Yeah, that's a great point too. You just make like a very common standard insert, but if you do this insert and you use it over and over, it's going to pay for itself in the long run because you will sell more boxes. How many people out there are frustrated with this? Could have been their first experience with buying a box like this, and they might not buy another one ever again. That is way more lost revenue than that 25 cents per box for the inserts.
I had multiple people. Sorry, Josh.
I was just gonna say, do you think that's why they maybe didn't sell out too? Like,
I think that's a reason. I don't think that's the reason, but I think that can be attributed to not selling like 10% more of the boxes.
Yeah, I totally agree with that because, well, I mean, we bought 3. So, I mean, who am I to say that what I have gotten 4? You know what? If I knew it was coming in perfect, I may have. I think I liked this year's box. No, I did. For sure I did. I like this year's box better than Fright Night from last year. Yeah. Now, if this box came out last year, I would have loved it even more because we got all the new molds, and the repeats this year bummed me out a little bit. But even in saying that, like, I liked some of the repeats. I didn't hate them all. Some of them were silly in my opinion, but I liked some of them. I thought they did great. Like, I'm looking at Freddy as a werewolf. We got the brown version one. I like that one, and I liked a couple of the other ones.
I think the zombies are great, and I actually think the zombie is something that you can do multiples of or repeats of every single year because you can kind of like army build with those characters. You know, you can have a lot of zombies in your collection, and you know, they can all look cool. Do I need like multiple werewolves or some of these other characters? Maybe not, but I could definitely get on board with multiple zombies every year.
Yeah, I like they did the glow in the dark. And, one thing I wanted to say. So we had a couple people like message us too, that there was, you know, they're sorry about your box, blah blah blah. We got our box, but this was the first Freddy that they ever got. A couple people messaged like, this is the first Freddy. It's destroyed, but I'm still happy because it's my first Freddy. That should not be your introduction. Do you know what I'm saying? It does take away from it. And I think that they got to listen to us.
And I think Funko needs to realize that, like, whenever somebody buys something from their site, they need to keep that in the back of their mind. Whoever the marketing team, whoever the selling team, whoever designer team is, like, this could be somebody's gateway into this collectible hobby. You want to keep them as a customer. You want to keep them coming back. You don't want to scare somebody off or even give somebody an experience where they go, you know, the boxes were damaged. I'll just buy them on the aftermarket, because when somebody goes and buys something on the aftermarket, that's no money in Funko's pocket.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. You know, and with that being said, our NYCC stuff came in immaculate. I mean, the way that box was packed, if I had the person that packed that box, I would give them a high five, because I mean, they really did a perfect job with packing that. So, you know, they can get things right. They can do things the right way. I like the sorters that they use. I feel like they do a good job for the most part protecting stuff, because we've had some crushed boxes that with those sorters with the little tab.
The pops in the sorter boxes as much.
Yeah, and you know, with our NYCC stuff, like I said, the risotto's in there, but they bubble wrap those individually.
Yeah.
They put the pops in the sorters. Like, fantastic job. So I mean, where they did great, they did great. Where they came up short, they again. But what bothers me is they had this problem last year. It's not like we didn't have, not to this extent. This was worse this year, but we had some of these same things last year, and I just, man, I want to see them correct that, because people are not happy.
Oh,
and we're not happy.
I think also, you know, I don't know, they just, it was a simple thing to do, and I'm worried about another thing that's coming. I'll be curious about. Did you see what the NFT grail change happened?
No, I did not see that. Josh, spill the tea.
So, have you seen what the
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
You know, Buddy the Elf.
I was glad I didn't get the grail.
Oh, no, I didn't.
So I think I might have. Did I get two? Like, I know I pulled one at least. Maybe I pulled two. I can't remember. But I'm wondering how those are going to be coming in the boxes, because how they normally pack them in those sorters, and it really doesn't. I mean, unless they have a separate sorter, they're doing the 6-inch for.
Yeah, they made the Buddy the Elf Grail a deluxe pop, and it's a tiny pop and a gigantic box.
I saw that. Yeah. But I think, is it big because of the base, the ice?
It doesn't need to be big.
No, I've seen them cram much bigger pops.
Right. Here.
Yeah, like that's a 4-inch pop and a deluxe box.
That does not. And the crazy thing about it, if you look at it, the actual like glam shot of it, nowhere does it show that it shows a small regular size box. So right here, you see the glam shot at the bottom. That's the glam shot, what it should fit in and look like. They decided to do this probably so it shows off everything.
Well, I was going to say that, I mean, really the design was probably flawed to begin with. Usually the little animal guys are on the opposite side. Almost always, no? Almost always the little animal guy is on the opposite side, and it probably would have been completely blocked. So they went with the bigger box, which even tells you even more. They know people display these things in boxes. So, you know. But
so my thought with this, I guess I didn't realize. I saw this picture like super quick. I didn't even realize that the glam shot was in a 4-inch box.
Yeah.
It's been so long since, like, all the NFT releases are like 8 months, 10 months, 12 months later. So it's like by the time they come out, it's been so long. The first thing I thought of with this pop being a deluxe, and maybe somebody else, I'm sure somebody else out there had to have this thought. This proves in a way that they can do bigger sized pops for the NFTs, which I think they should. I think they should do 2-packs, deluxe pops, rides, especially. Like, give us, mix it up, like throw something cool in that's a limited piece. you know, that's a little bit tough to get through the NFT system, but it's different from the 4-inch regular pop. I think that would just add some spice to the NFT game. And now that this mistake has come to surface, we know that they are by default capable of doing it. I don't know. Maybe I was the only one who had that thought.
Yeah, I mean, I personally kind of disdain the deluxe pops.
Maybe people don't want larger NFT.
No, that's me at this
now
point.
It doesn't fit any of the NFT collection. Like, it does not fit anywhere. Like, all right, they've done 2 sodas out of how many drops now? And they must have stopped them for a reason. There must have been a reason behind it. It's not number wise, because they've shown they can do pretty low number, no problem.
Yeah.
They can easily do something that fits. But with these, like, it makes no sense. I'm surprised they didn't show anyone beforehand. They didn't see anything. Like the clam shot, like it's just it still looks terrible in that box too, because it doesn't fill the box at all. That's what my problem is. It's like the sticker's way down over on the side. It doesn't fill the box at all. Definitely not coming in a protector for sure from them.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's kind of a bummer. I mean, the Grail was the only thing I don't think we got no, we didn't get the Grail. I think the Grail is the only NFT we didn't get out of this line. Super excited for it, but if I got the Grail and this was coming in, I'd probably display it out of box, to be honest. Because those boxes are a pain. I think Michael said it as well. They're a pain if 2 packs I can get behind, because you could kind of still display those with your 4-inch pops. The deluxe are I don't think we have 1 box displayed deluxe in box. And I wouldn't want to pull a 2,000 piece pop out or a 999 piece pop and
well, there's nothing wrong with, you can pull out the pop and display it. You just got to have the box in a pop protector and safely stored.
Yeah, I get annoyed by that. I'm old.
And it's also
what I mean?
No, I understand.
Like, it won't sit with this collection well, though. Like, if you wanted to display all of this line, like, it's a really weird
one. No, it's not. It's not uniform now. You can't put everything on a shelf and have it be the exact same height, and that's going to bother some people.
If someone's going after all the, I don't know if anyone is, but I'm sure there's someone out there that's going after all the Pop Digital ones. They're all Pop Digital. They all say that. If someone might have started going after that whole line.
Yeah, they're all numbers.
There's actually quite a few people. I see a lot of people who are NFT complete.
Yeah.
And I think they take a lot of pride in that. And I think it's actually a manageable line so far, because each drop is like 5 to 6 items for the most part.
We're almost to 200 though. Look at that. That means we're over 250 probably at this point.
Yeah. Million Band says, haven't got my first Freddy yet, but I did get my first soda, which was Momo last week.
Hey, Momo. That was a good soda.
And I agree with what Lauren said. She said they should at least be upfront about the sizing when it's released and get their shipping together for the 4-inch figures first. I agree with that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Now, the funny thing is, I see this mentioned about the Godzilla. So the Godzilla's been like this, though. The other one shoots out the ray, like it just doesn't sit in the box, I guess. But this Buddy the Elf reminds me of, what was the other one that recently came out that just didn't need it? Like there was no need for it.
I always think back to Sam from Trick or Treat.
Yeah,
because we have that one perfect example. Like we can't show it. Actually, no, we took it. I'm pretty sure we have it displayed out of box over there right now, because you can't. And it's tiny. I bet you it's even smaller than. But he's got a pumpkin sitting next to him, I think, if I remember correctly. Definitely didn't need to be in a big box though.
But there was one quick comment I wanted to address before it gets too far back. Brian, cross-saved, was kind enough. He said, the 3 of you ship stuff way better than Funko does when it comes to great packaging. So I wanted to thank Brian for that comment. And I know there's a lot of people in here who have purchased something from either one of the 3 of us or all of us. We just highlighted Aaron in the beginning of the show, who picked some stuff up from Josh. Over the weekend, I kind of want to share this stat really quick. So of the 212 orders that we had between our two Whatnot auctions, Saturday and Monday night, 76 of them were first-time buyers. Like basically a quarter of what we sold went to people that never purchased from us. So that to me shows that there's still a lot of people coming into the hobby, or at least coming over to Whatnot and buying on that platform for the first time, or just buying from us from the first time. Whatever it is, regardless, we take packing and shipping very seriously. And I think Funko should do the same, because I think it would attract even more people to this hobby.
Oh, yeah. I think it'll be really, it's just, I think when it's a collector, they're always going to ship better than when it's not a collector.
Yeah, business. Listen,
default, any way around it, a collector's always going to ship better than someone that's not a collector.
Wouldn't say always, but for
not
the
always,
most part,
for the most part,
yes.
Not all collectors, no. But yeah, it's tough. I like I said, I think that they do good for the most part. It's just these boxes they haven't nailed down. Like they haven't figured that out, I don't think yet.
Yeah.
If they're gonna put sodas in it, I think they got to just do something different. I mean, we haven't, like when they did the shoebox for SDCC 2 years ago now, those came in fine. Like very minimal people talking about damage. And to piggyback or go back around, I think that these boxes now, like even when they go on sale, like I would have 100%, like they go on sale for like 30% off or something like that, I 100% would have bought another box. Knowing now that it's like a 50-50 shot, maybe even less than a 50-50 shot that this stuff is going to come in halfway decent shape, I'm probably a lot less. Even though I bought 3 boxes already, I literally would not probably pick. And I'm saying probably, I'm still leaving my wiggle room because they do 50% off. I'm going to really have to think about it.
Oh, they do 50% off. I will buy another 20 boxes.
Yeah, they go 50% off on those boxes. I don't know. Black Friday.
Sodas are pretty good, if nothing else.
Yeah, I will say that right now. If they do 50% off, Joanna will probably hate me, but I will buy like 20 to 30 boxes, because I think she'll back me up on this, because a lot of those sodas have really low piece counts, and I'll just put those away. We have a lot of sodas that we've stuck in our vault to sit on for a while. And a lot of them are super cool. So, and I'm really crossing my fingers. Honestly, shout out to there's like 4 or 5 patrons and channel members of ours who pulled that 500-piece Blacklight Monster soda. So
really, I haven't seen anybody. Nobody's.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people posting in some of the group chats. So I'm really hoping that we can pull one. I just want one. If we get multiple, I'll be happy to give one away. But I just want one. And Peter, I'm very glad to hear that. I'm happy that she likes it.
I think also, talking about. Go ahead.
Did John freeze or did I freeze? I thought I was maybe.
John's like stuck in the moment of talking.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. You get stuck in the moment sometimes. I've had that happen on this show before.
Well, we got to say cheers at least. Cheers. Thank you. 10 months from Down Under collecting.
Cheers.
Another awesome month with us. So, you guys aren't a channel member. What are you thinking? What are you sleeping on? And I heard if you become a channel member, enough of you become a channel member, John unfreezes. I heard that's what happens. We got enough new channel members, John will unfreeze. I heard that.
All right,
I think that's also a 50-50 chance.
You should stay frozen, John, for a little bit longer. We'll see.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know why the Wi-Fi just glitched. But whatever.
Oh, so speaking of NFTs, let's see if I can bring this up. We talked about a little bit about this at the beginning. We got someone bring it up. But we got Series 1 of our Funkoween NFTs coming up, which is interesting. It's like what was last year then? What were last year?
Last year's was on Halloween.
Fright Night, right?
No, wait a minute.
No, last year was before, wasn't it? Or
yeah, it was way before. It was the night.
They did the Funkoween way before. Yeah, you're right. But then they did the horror ones. The WB horror ones was on Halloween last year.
Yeah.
So we have some pretty cool stuff coming
up.
Every one of them glows, right?
The pirate is the only one, and I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's because I love it, but I feel like the pirate's going to be like the Reaper last year. It's going to get super expensive, super fast, and I'll never be able to get it.
I don't know.
These are all so freaking cool. Like Zombie Proto, like I am so freaking hyped for this whole set.
I mean, Zombie Samurai looks awesome, and it's glow in the dark. Freddy Funko Zombie.
Yeah,
Samurai.
all glow.
I mean, under 1,000 going in here, all glow.
Yeah, Antion, I'm right there with you. The Freddy Pirate.
Yeah, the Freddy Pirate, my jam right there.
Here's your pirate.
Look at how good that is.
We got a knight, which is all right. I think he's kind of cool. I love seeing like the zombie, like he was slashed by a sword, like multiple times. I think it's a cool like addition. This one is the ninja. He just looks kind of creepy.
I'm fine with them doing all zombies. Really, I think they're all really cool. I like the theme. It's only 6 pops. It's not like they're doing like 500 pops all zombies. Like
these are fine because they're all original mold. Like I'm down with all of that.
The royalty one is awesome though. Look at that. Yeah, he's holding another arm. Proto, like bones are showing on the side.
Yeah,
like they did such a good job.
These are going to be expensive. So
how many packs are there?
All right, so there's actually a pretty decent amount of packs. I believe. Let's see if it goes back to the.
I don't know which set was better, this year or this one for next year. I don't know.
22,500.
That's a lot of packs.
So it's a lot of packs. Plus, it's a lot of premium packs, which they kind of been going backwards on. Like some drops, they're doing not equal amounts. They're doing less premium, kind of to equal the standards. So this one they're doing. So I'll be curious if the premium sell out.
I don't know if either, I mean, if you love these and you want to get in on it, I think that these Freddies, people have said it, like these packs may not sell out, but I think even if they don't sell out, I feel like these Freddies will still be worth a decent amount. Doesn't mean that you have to buy packs though. You can always get them on the secondary market, but if the indications from last year, and I don't know if the hype is the same as it was last year, because I feel like last year the hype was a little higher. Like the Reaper Freddy, pretty much right out of the gate was $220 plus, and I think the Grail. And it wasn't the Grail. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it wasn't even the Grail, but that Reaper was. But all the other ones as well, they're around $200 pretty quick. So there's a ton of packs though available. So if you want to take a dabble into this and you love these, you want to open up some packs, this is the one to get in on, because really there's a lot of packs. This will not sell out. I don't think it. So Paul is saying it'll sell in 20 minutes. I 100% will almost guarantee you this will not sell out in 20 minutes. I don't think that this will sell out in the first 2.5 hours, maybe 2 hours. Personally,
I think so. I think it's like reversed. I mean, you guys have Josh Mintz, you guys have a much better handle on like the packs like selling out.
This is a lot of packs.
This does feel like a lot of packs, but I feel like the hype is kind of reversed. I feel like last year, and you guys, go back in your memory banks, because that's what I'm trying to do right now. I feel like there was more hype for the actual process of the NFTs last year, and there was a little bit of hype for Series 2 of Freddy's. Whereas I feel like this year it's reversed. I feel like there's way more hype for these specific pops, and I feel like a lot more people are just kind of not into the NFT process anymore.
So I've got one comment, and I'll let Josh speak too, because I know I'm blabbing a ton tonight. So this is what I would say about that. I think that last year we were just getting, I believe last year when we got those in, I'm pretty sure we got our Freddy Grails from the Series 1 not too far before that, and the values on those were crazy. Like when those were grails, those were all grails the minute that we got them in our hands. So I think that led into this like mega hype for last year. Now we are all getting our pops from last year in. I think you're right. I think there was probably a little more hype for the NFT thing, but does that bring this down a little bit? I feel like people in general have kind of not turned their backs. I just don't think there's the flipping side of packs like there was last year that helped them sell out a little bit faster. So I think that's why I'm saying there's a lot of packs here. This is something that is open to anybody really that wants to get these. Will be able to get them. And I don't know if it's because they got rid of bots. I don't know if it's because the demand's down or what it is. This is a lot of packs. Similar, like look at the Back to the Future. Back to the Future, I think there was Josh, correct me if I'm wrong. I think there was less packs for Back to the Future than this.
Yeah, I think so. I think they had, I don't see it here. They had what? They only had about 3,000 left of Back to the Future.
But they didn't sell out.
They did not sell out.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if these will sell out. That doesn't mean that.
Well, when I heard how many packs sold out for Back to the Future, can I be honest? I was actually really surprised. Like, I mean, Back to the Future is a staple, and it's a big franchise with a lot of really dedicated fans. But I don't see that with Funko fans, so I was just surprised that they sold that many packs. I mean,
John, I don't disagree. I think a lot of people are like they're saying how NFTs are dying because they're not selling out. They're putting out more packs, and really on Funko's part, why not? Why not grab more money up front? Why not put as many packs put more packs than you think you're going to sell? You burn the ones anyway. It doesn't cost you anything to put out. Yeah, it doesn't cost them anything to.
Well, but I can't say this. NFTs are definitely not dying because don't look at the starting price and how many packs. The true test of the popularity and the hype is look at what these pops are valued once they come out, and a lot of these pops are still well in the $100 and up range.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of now. There's plenty of them that are very reasonable, $40 to $60, $70 range.
It only costs $30 for someone to buy, and they got
right. And I'm just saying, there's a lot of them that are grails.
Yeah,
and it could be because of what Peter just said. Like the pops, but the process seems like too much work, just not my thing. I think a lot of people are in that boat. They're just I just want to buy it.
I was talking to someone about that. Yeah, this weekend at the show, because they were looking for the horror ones that came out. They haven't been delivered yet. None of that WB horror line hasn't been out, and he was asking. He wanted a certain one because he only collecting certain horror pops. He wanted to go after. I think it was maybe the Nun pops. So he wanted those for his collection. And I was like, well, they haven't come out yet. And then he was just asking about the process and that. I said, I said a lot of people just hate the process. Like they just want to buy them afterwards. So they'll spend a little bit more, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. Like it kind of refreshed my like outsider looking in perspective when we were at New York Comic Con like 2 weeks ago. Joanna's older sister were walking by the Funko booth, and she's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get in line and buy some of the new exclusives." We kind of had to like reel her back and be like, "No, you can't actually do that." And she's like, "What do you mean? I'll just go wait in line. Yeah, the line's like 3 hours long, but I'll go wait. I want the new pops." And we're like, "You need a time slot." And I feel like these barriers to collecting whatever it is, that's going to scare people off, or people are just gonna be like, it's not worth it. I'll just buy it whenever I can buy it,
Yeah. Like, I mean, a great example really for that is the Reaper. I don't know what it's selling for now, but like you could have had it for $250, $275, something like that last year. I don't know what it's selling for right now. I don't know what PPG or anything like that is on it, but can you wait till they come out? Yeah, you can wait. I mean, you can make sure they come in good condition and buy it from somebody else. It is definitely less of a, there's no learning curve to, using eBay or Mercari or, buying it from somebody directly. But, it's a little bit of a process. And
the weight. I mean, like these came out almost a year ago. You're just getting now. Like the stuff that's come out, it's been a year.
Yeah, it's a long time.
So for people that some people didn't even know about it at that time, or or finding out how it works, or maybe now drops out in their extra marketplace. I don't know if that's good or bad, because I feel like now it's even more confusing.
It's even more confusing. Yeah, I think it makes it's easier and more confusing.
Yeah. So I think I'd be curious about how this all flushes out for people, but I think in the long run, a lot of these are going to be harder to find ones. Right now, some people bought a ton of them and went all in. I don't think that's always a great thing, but if you can get them cheap enough, I guess. But I saw people with like stacks of them, like some of the stuff, and I was like, "What do they pay for those?" Because they didn't get them.
There's always people with stacks of the newest item. I mean, that's just typically how it goes. It says Norway. It says Reaper. I just saw Norway's name in the chat.
Oh, hi Norway.
Hi Norway. I saw the Reaper is selling from anywhere from 300 to 330 right now. So based on recent sales.
So a little bit more. I mean, you want to spend $250 and wait a year to, really with inflation. I mean, you probably it's probably less expensive now to buy it now.
Yeah. Well, think about all the people who are coming into it's just like any hobby. Like you can only enter a hobby when you enter the hobby. So everything that you've missed, prior to you coming in, you're probably going to be paying more to go back and get that stuff. Not in every single case, but in some cases with limited items and very popular drops like this one. But then now once you're in the hobby, then you have the fair game chance like everybody else to get it. So I do feel bad for the people next summer, next fall who are coming in as these are starting to get shipped out. Or what are these getting shipped out? Like late 2024, probably right around this time, maybe.
It's probably going to be, minimum.
Yeah. So I feel bad for those people, but it's just something out of your control. You can't control when you enter a hobby. You can only control, what you do once you're in the hobby. Chris X93 says the risk versus reward isn't worth opening the packs. Just buy the one or two you want, call it a day. Definitely still better to buy the NFT and then redeem. Pops usually go up after they are in hand. Would you guys agree with that?
I do and I don't.
I think in general they'll go up, no matter what. Almost like I don't find that too many have gone down, at least from the price that you could buy even the redemption token for. Vince, I think at this point, like even if it was $30 and it's selling for $60,
right?
Some of the ones that were lower cost, like I guess like
I mean
some like the Jimmy that just came out. Like I don't think he's ever going to be like super.
No, I think for the most part, you see where they're gonna. I mean, you could tell right away pretty much which ones are going to be expensive when they release. I mean, because right away, for the most part, like so. Okay, to go off of that, risk versus reward. It depends on how you like to gamble. We buy mystery boxes all the time, so I'm a little bit of a gambler. In saying that, so we opened Stranger Things, we loved, right? But we didn't love the redeemables, quite honestly. So I opened one pack, just one pack. We had one $29 pack. We pulled the Grail in that pack. I only have the Grail coming. We didn't get any of the guys. We just have the Dragon Grail coming. It's a couple $100 pop. So yeah, we made out like bandits on that one. Now, at the same time, great example is the Halloween release last year, or I'm sorry, the Freddy Halloween Funkoween, whatever they're calling it, from last year. We opened about $180 worth of packs. We got the pumpkin royalty, and we got the Phantom that I probably could have bought for $30. So it goes both ways. Yeah. It goes both ways. I think if you're not much of a gambler and you want to get them, I think Josh was kind of alluding this as well. I still think it's less expensive to buy them as an NFT than when the pop comes out, for the most part. Not always. I think that for the most part, they've always gone up. For the most part, not all of them, but
potentially the grails might sometimes go. I can see those ones sometimes going maybe down. because if you pay, it depends on when you bought it though too, because that market fluctuates altogether too. Sometimes you get a really good steal at like $30 for a redeemable, and then other times it's $60 for the same one a month later. You know,
the Blacklight Bebop. I mean, the Blacklight Bebop. I remember going back and forth. I didn't want to spend $80 on it, and I finally just bit the bullet because it started to go up a little bit higher. I bought it for $85, and this is before we knew what NFTs were. I mean, that was a pretty good investment buying it at $85 because I don't know, it's still a $300-400 pop at this point.
Yeah, so, I'm curious. Is it still all the way up there?
I think
I haven't looked at sales. I haven't seen, not that I've been looking for sales of the one NFT that I have from the Turtles line from that drop. But
oh my gosh, wow, that's expensive. It's been going up again.
Yeah,
$440.
And wow. You could have got it for under $100 pretty much the whole time on there.
Wow. It's not, it's the most it's ever been worth. It was up over 600 at one point, but it might get there again. That's pretty crazy. Oh, what's up, Gus?
I can see a lot
of Chris is tuning in from New Jersey
over time.
Yeah, it's it's a gamble. I mean, if you like it, you want to get a pack or two, you want to try to get one of these Freddies on the cheap, I think you do it. It's really like little mini mystery boxes. You know, you can open a $30 pack and literally get 30 cents back. So, you know, you got to be okay with that. If you're going for the royalty, even if you're going for the royalty, it's still, you know, there's a lot of good websites out there that we could go into details and we could spend the whole hour talking about NFTs. I don't want to do that because some people absolutely are like, I'm tuning out of this right now. But, you know, there's some good websites out there. They'll tell you how much you can spend to buy every card in the royalty. Like if you just wanted the proto dog and you just are going to buy those cards, there's websites that'll tell you what you're going to spend on an average day to do that. And, you know, it can be a little bit cumbersome. Quick story. Okay, quick story.
Here we go.
Because my heart is absolutely broken over this, so I'll just share the quick story. I didn't even want, like, I almost threw up when I found out. So we got enough of the royalty cards. I was going to get 2 of the royalty Freddies because it was Pennywise's Freddy is Pennywise, the old school one with the makeup. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Got all the royalty, bought pretty much everything. And you hear how I'm saying pretty much. Drop day comes for the tokens. Guess who forgot to buy about 5 more of the uncommon cards?
No.
I had to spend about 12 more cents to get 2 of the royalties. Once that drops, guess what? They're not worth nothing anymore. All the epics, all the like 22 epics that I have, probably about $150 worth of stuff. So you really have to pay attention. It's probably not for somebody like me. You know, I probably shouldn't do that because I also did this with another one too. Not even going to go into the detail anymore because seriously, it makes me depressed thinking about it. But that is that's why I'm saying I'm giving you another reason that if you want to just buy it when it comes out later down the road, maybe just do that because sometimes it can suck.
So Albie's asking about the peanut soda cooler. Hopefully that's on the docket for tonight.
I actually have one right here.
Ooh, perfect.
Guys, how good do these sodas translate?
They freaking crushed it. Like this, I'm so excited for this. The chases look amazing. I'm so fired up.
Now the chases look amazing, but like I could care less if I got the chases of this one.
Yeah, honestly, you're winning either way. I think. What is this cooler limited to? Is it 12?
I think it's 15,000.
Oh, it's 15.
Little much.
Right, I was gonna say if it was 10 or 12 that it could have a shot at selling out, but 15 is a lot.
But these I actually love there's probably 2 chases I would love to have.
Actually,
one would be Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown I'd love to have. I think I love the look of Charlie Brown with the baseball, you know, ready to play terrible like Charlie Brown does. And then I love Snoopy. I love this is like Scoutmaster Snoopy to me, like Scout Snoopy. I think I love this one a lot. Those are the two I would be super happy with. Like the other ones are cool. I think the great thing about these is everyone is actually a little different of a mold.
Yeah.
We haven't got that in a while, you know.
No, and that's why I think this one has the highest probability of selling out. I'm because it's 15,000. Like I don't want to quick jump on it and be like, oh yeah, it's gonna sell out. I mean, we're grabbing at least 2 or 3 of these off the drop. Maybe.
I don't think it's really out. But you want the chases. You want to if you want any of these chases. I mean, you have to buy at least minimum of 6 coolers to get every chase if you want to.
Yeah, exactly. And well, the only thing too is we're definitely going to go heavy on this. I think we're only going to get 1 Power Rangers cooler. And isn't there another cooler we're waiting on? I feel like now they're going all in.
I feel like this was the one we were waiting on.
I thought there was supposed to be a Five Nights at Freddy one for a
while.
Yeah,
there's supposed to be a Five Nights at Freddy. So we don't need that one. We're only going to buy 1 Power Ranger one because we don't care about those chases. This is the one. I mean, Joanna's hype for this is like my hype for the X-Men, but I also like this as well. So that's why we're pumped.
Yeah, see, and mold wise, I think this one's better than the X-Men. I just feel like they translate better. These just look so great.
Yeah.
I think people are. I think this.
I think the bag's amazing.
The bag's amazing too. Well, that's the other thing too about us being able to buy multiples, and I know it's very expensive. Like it's expensive for us. I'm not saying it like, oh, we have tons of money. Like, no, it's expensive. But the thing about it is like we're going after. I want to get multiple bags so we can get chases, and then we can sell off the commons, and we can sell off. We only need 1 bag, so we can sell off the bag to help recoup some of our costs. You know, so
I mean, I think a lot of people will be happy just get, especially if you have several sets of the commons fully done. Like some people don't want the one weird chase. They just like give me all the commons.
I noticed that with these coolers now, people don't want the whole set. Some people are like, yeah, bring it on. But some people are just like, I just want Snoopy. I just want Charlie Brown. They'll go on the aftermarket and they will just buy the 1 or 2 or 3 sodas that they want.
Yeah, I mean, when they're sold in packs of 6 and you're only getting 1 of each for that 6, it definitely, I think, helps that secondary market. They feel premium, don't they, to you guys? I mean, they do to me at least. Like even the Peter Pan ones, I felt the same way. Like all the coolers, they've really done an amazing job with. They really have.
They have. This is like the pinnacle of the soda collecting hobby right here. This is your Cadillac. This is the special drop. And I'm actually okay with them dropping a few more of these because it's nice to get complete sets all in one shot instead of being like, oh, I got to go grab my one, if Snoopy was like a box lunch exclusive, all right, I got to go over there to get him. Or like perfect example, right? We just got Hatbox Ghost and we don't know like when or where we're to get the other Haunted Mansion characters. So you kind of have to like do that extra work of going and chasing all the other characters down, where as opposed to this, you buy it off the Funko shop and you got your 6-pack.
Truly, it's a smart plan because some people do just want one of every figure. They don't care about buying like a case, and trying that for the chase every time kind of thing. They just want one of every figure, right? And then you get lucky with the chase. But then other people, I think there's twofold to that too. Like it's fun to be able to buy maybe 2 of each and then getting a chase instead of buying 6 coolers and trying to go after 6 different chases. So I think there's some like love and hate both ways. Definitely with these. I mean, that's one thing I hate. There's no way about getting the chases without buying 6 coolers at least, unless you buy them in the aftermarket. But probably, like you said, John, you're going to be able to sell the sodas. You can sell the bags. You can recoup some of your money, and your chase might cost you $30 then.
Yeah, and I mean, if we break it down really quick, like that $100, like you can recoup that $100 really quick because, like, let's say we buy the cooler. And, buy the cooler, it's $100. If I'm going to go on the aftermarket and I want to grab that chase, which I could potentially get from that same cooler I buy over here, I'm going to be paying like $50 to $60 for that chase because that's what they're probably going to be going for. So why not just
probably higher
or higher? Like, why not just spend the extra 20 or 25 or 30, get the $100 cooler? I can sell the cooler for realistically $10 to $15, the physical bag. And then, yeah, I mean, I can sell the commons for anywhere. I mean, from $5 to $8, I think is very realistic for some of these, maybe even 10 or 12 on a good day. So I just think that when you break it down, $100 is not ridiculously priced for any of these.
No, and I'm just thinking about this right now. And actually, when you said you were going to buy 3 on the drop, I'm like, I mean, what is John doing here tonight? What's in his cup? But John, I'm coming. Actually, to think about it, it's probably better to buy them right off the drop if you're going to get multiples, because I don't think that they'll sell half of these on the drop. I bet you they sell 1/3. Yeah, I'm 100%. I am now convinced. I know where, even though these are amazing, I would be surprised if 5,000 get sold on the drop.
Really?
So with that being said,
Guru Vince over here, he knows.
So let's say let's say it does amazing and there's 7,500 that sell on the drop. Okay, if they only sell,
that's only half. I wouldn't consider that an amazing drop.
Well, I think that for me, $100, like for sodas, that not everybody, like, we love sodas. Not everybody loves sodas. I seen so many people open the boxes, the Fright, the Halloween box, whatever, the heavy metal. I've seen so many people I wish they didn't put sodas in the boxes. So I don't know if the hype is there for sodas, maybe like it was. I'm not saying there's not collectors. I still love them 100%. I think these are amazing. I think you can bring peanut collectors into here and still, sell some more. So what I'm saying is, though, if let's say they sell 7,500, which I think would be actually really good for them, if that's only half that gets put on the market, if that demand for those chases if it's not high right off the get-go, like, because I can't imagine there's going to be a ton on this secondary market to be able to pick up of these. Or if there is, it's like you guys are saying, maybe people just want to get a set of commons and they're willing to get whatever they can for
I was wrong. So I will fall on my sword here. I was wrong about X-Men. I was really wrong. So you guys definitely were more towards the correct feeling of the buyer's market right now. I saw somebody in the chat say they wish the chases were Halloween themed. I'm actually really glad they didn't do a seasonal theming for the chases, because I actually would have think that they wouldn't even sell like 2,000 to 3,000 of the bags if they were Halloween sodas. And I personally wouldn't be as excited for Halloween chases, because I feel like people do like seasonal collectibles, but not many, because they're only relevant like one time out of the year. So to have more like classic versions of the characters, I think was the right move by Funko.
I don't think it would be good as a 6-pack, but would I love to see them do a Halloween edition of Charlie Brown, or Peanuts?
Oh yeah, 100%. If they did like a one-off
Christmas one.
Yeah, if they do like a one-off, like a special variant of one character, but yeah, the whole army here, or the whole gang.
No, yeah, not all at once, but yeah, definitely, I'd love to see some of them though.
Yeah. Missed opportunity for Snoopy and Woodstock to be flocked. Yeah,
agreed.
They could have been flocked, or at least is Linus's binky there? Is his blanket? Is his? I feel like
another missed opportunity.
Yeah, when we're nitpicking here. Peter Pan, I'm not surprised, is still up for sale. X-Men, I am surprised, but yeah, if they do some sort of crazy Black Friday sale, which what do you guys think? You think another sale is on the horizon before Black Friday, or you think they're just going to do?
I think they announced something already, didn't they? Didn't they announce something coming, like some early November sale?
I think we're going to get sales all the way through the holiday season. I really think this is going to be I think the next 6 months is going to be the start of their transition to pulling back stuff a little bit. So I think they got to clear out a lot of the stuff that they have. Like I said, I think 15,000 pieces is way too much for a six pack. I think I mean, 15,000 at $100 each. I would be 100% surprised if they sell 6,000 units of those off the drop.
Yeah, I did see this. This looks rough.
So talking about clearing out some pops.
Hey, a lot of Funko. Listen here, please. Somebody at Funko, please listen to us real quick. Do this. This is fine. just put 10 things in there that list of 10 things. Listen, we are all morons that buy mystery grail boxes and lose money every single week. They're selling 1,500 of these a week. Your Funko, you could do the same thing. Sell them for $5 each. Just tell us 10 or 15 things that we might get in the 5,000 boxes you're going to put together.
Yeah.
Like if I knew that I had a chance at some of the stuff that they put on at their Buckeye sale, if I knew that I had a chance at some of that, I'd take a stab in there. I'd spend $30. I'd buy 6 pops and roll the dice. I've done stupider stuff than that. You know what I mean?
I like what Aussie Pop and Paul said. Go buy $100 worth and do a video. I take that challenge. I'll do that. Joanna and I can do a nice battle. I am scared though. I am scared.
Do we have our Thanksgiving video planned?
Thanksgiving video. We haven't decided yet.
This might be it.
$100 worth of pop mystery boxes from Funko.
You guys really want to have $100 worth of like?
It's gonna be like what if pops.
Watch, they're all the same. They're all Shuris. That's right. I'll get all Shuris.
They're all
at least you know. How about $50 worth?
Listen, I
10 of them.
I can't believe I'm about to say this. I feel like those Amazon boxes we bought might have been better. I'd do it. Would you guys like to see that happen? Would you like to see our Thursday, our Thanksgiving video be us 3 morons buy multiple boxes and see who wins the mystery box battle of the century?
I mean, it can be free shipping at least $65 worth.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We have to do enough to get free shipping. But a lot of people in here probably don't know what we're talking about. So every single year on Thanksgiving, we do a special PopFourceOne battle video between the 3 of us, and we usually do pops, some kind of mystery box, and we do it in lieu of we don't do this stream on Thursday night of Thanksgiving, so everybody can spend time with their family. So I like that. I like this. I think I still have some points in my Funko rewards, which will definitely.
I got a ton of points. I have not spent a point.
Oh, dude, and you got to cash them in, man.
Yeah, video will basically be free. You know what, though? This would probably be fun. Now that we're talking about it on PFO, like, I think maybe we just made this
decision. Why don't we get some good stuff, though, too? I bet we'll... Now, you know what I'm thinking we'll get, though? I mean, right now, we got these on sale.
This is what we'll get. This is.
You know what? If I'll be 1,000% serious, though. If I got these for $5 each...
I'd be okay for $5.
I'd be okay with a couple of these for $5 each. Because guess what? I paid full price for 3 of them. And I still regret it to this day. So I'd rather have paid $5 for these.
I probably will get some clowns.
I actually think Tinkerbell's kind of cute.
Yeah, Anna, I saw those Star Wars chocolate pops.
Oh God, let's not even.
Yeah, I don't know who thought those were a good idea, but God bless them.
I mean,
I'd rather have the Chewbacca facade over the.
I mean, the
chocolate one.
You know, if they could guarantee us like if you bought so much worth to, and you could get something.
There's not going to be any right now. There's no guarantee. They're $5. There's
no, but if they had to add on, if you bought $65 worth of stuff and you get a free extra pop, and we could pick at least a Freddy pop to go with it, then at least we get something.
Yeah, no, it's usually
Christmas Freddy pop.
Some of the add-on pops are even worse.
Oh, Disc Trackers released a picture of some people with their pulls already. Oh gosh.
All right, I'll go check it out.
Here's a look at some of the $5 mystery box results. Some of them are con exclusives.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would doubt there's still New York Comic Con stuff up on here from last year.
Some of them aren't bad. Some of them are definitely better than. I mean, I would definitely pay more than $5. I
think it's going to be the same kind of stuff that that I was pulling out of those boxes. They weren't bad stuff. Like I opened some stuff I got from that sale. They weren't bad pops at all.
Yeah, there's a really cute Clarabelle cow in there. Sinestro. I'd be fine with that Thor for $5. Cinderella, Layla.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think that some of those. I mean, some of them are ones that we probably bought full price, like I said. So
yeah,
I think some of these I have gotten from their other mystery boxes.
It's a fun battle, though. It's actually a fun battle video because really you're not guaranteed anything. and we could see how lousy one of us does.
It would be.
We're all going to come overvalue.
Mystery.
There's no way you're going to be undervalued, so we're all going to be overvalue.
Yeah. How much though?
I don't think we're doing it for value, Josh.
I'm just saying.
Now, if I got the Thor, if I got that Thor in the lower left, well, it'd be a shame if I got 2 of the Thors on the left side over there.
3 Cinderellas, maybe.
I wouldn't mind the Moon Knight one. I don't have that one yet.
Clarabelle Cow looks cute. I don't even think I've seen that one. I don't remember.
That was we got that one. I love that one.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, these aren't. I mean, it is kind of bad that there's a lot of duplicates there, but no, this is not horrible.
If they could guarantee that, no matter how many boxes you buy, unless you buy like 200 boxes, if all right, let's say to buy $100 worth, that's only 20 boxes. If they could guarantee like you won't get a duplicate.
I think if they could guarantee you get a exclusive, I'd be happier too.
Well, technically, all these are exclusives except for Layla. Oh, did I think that was the Flash? Oh, that's Miss Marvel, isn't it?
No, Camila. Yeah,
I thought that was the Flash.
No, it kind of looks like Flash.
Oh,
that changes things.
Yeah.
Well,
all right. Do we do this, or we pick something?
It's still going to be exciting. It's definitely going to be entertaining, and we'll be like literally going into it as blind as possible. So,
all right. So $65 for the free shipping.
Yeah.
65.
65 is good. Well, how many is that? Like 42 boxes? I'm not great with math.
I don't know. Oh God, what is that? 10, 11, 12, 13 boxes.
13
oh
boxes.
God.
Lucky 13 boxes. Yeah, let's do that.
13 pops to open. So that's a pretty good amount of pops.
That is a pretty good amount. So. Hey, I love The Office. Nothing wrong with The Office.
I mean, truthfully, it's like buying 4 mystery grails.
Yeah.
That's true. Mystery Grail should offer free shipping. Which is worse, the Funko Star Wars Snowman or the chocolate? Definitely the chocolate.
Yeah, the chocolate's worse. If I was given one for $5, I would take I'd take a Snowman Boba Fett.
You would have to pay me
chocolate
$5 per chocolate pop. And even then, I don't know if I could stomach it.
No, I would take the chocolate over those snowmen.
Would you? At least but the snowmen are glittery.
They're both like terrible.
Creative kind of.
They're both terrible, but this looks.
One's not. This one's pretty bad.
This looks so bad.
I say they are creative. How they did the wrapper and like the bite out of it.
I thought the wrapper looks kind of cool, but I mean, this is like what? Like what? What? I thought the pink ones were horrible.
I know, but the pink ones look so good.
Somehow they went above and beyond and made it worse.
The pink ones look so good right about now.
Yeah, you know what?
I thought it was real chocolate. When I saw the one missing the bite, I was like, "Oh, sweet!"
It's actually, me just looking at that, I started to drool a little bit. But
yeah, if it was actual candy, I'd be okay with it. Yeah, when I saw this, I was like, "Oh, they might be candy," but then I saw the boxes behind them.
I think one should be like melted, like.
Well, they got the Wonder Woman with the bite taken out of her head. I mean, honestly, what they needed, like if they would have done, like, come on. If they would have done just one, like if we got one a year, okay, it's different. They tried something, but like, why would you make like? I can't. I mean, really, I can't believe that they're like, and how many did they make of these? You know what I mean? Like, how many did they make of each one of these?
I hope it's a one of one. I hope it's like a designer toy. This is the only one.
No, I feel like it's not. I feel like it's just not. And I like if they put 1,500 pieces on these, I still don't think it would sell out. That's why it's like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say other than why. This was not a good idea. This was a mess.
It's crazy. Like the last week and a half, I feel like since we got back from NYCC has been such a roller coaster of emotions. Like I saw like the new Freddy NFTs and I'm like, oh my God, these are amazing. And then you see the chocolate pops and you're like, oh God. And then you see the Peanuts cooler and you're like, oh, this is awesome. And then you see the $5 clearance mystery boxes on the Funko shop and you're like, oh God. Like it's just,
it's kind of always been like this though, has it not? It's not always been great.
Yeah, it's always been.
There's always something to complain about. And for as much as we're complaining, somebody out there is like, man, these guys, and they just don't want to say it. These guys are, I kind of like this. Like, why are they talking crap about this? This is kind of cool. And I bet you there's people that are saying that right now, and that you're fine to feel that way.
I think this is awesome.
I think, I don't think they're as terrible, but they did the little mini chocolates too. Like, I think.
Yeah, they did.
The mini ones that are chocolate now. Like, they actually look like the chocolates too.
Yeah, but see, I think I'm more okay with that. That's a cute little whatever.
Yeah, if it's a cute little gimmick, I think we have one of them nearby. Like, if it's like in a heart-shaped thing, and
like you look like the chocolates instead now, like that kind of stuff.
I mean, guys, I'll be 100% on it. Let me be 100% honest real quick. When I see stuff like that now, listen, I love Funko. When I see stuff like that now, it makes me feel bad for them as a company. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel kind of like, yeah, see, these are fine.
These are cute.
But no, they made some this year that look like chocolates now, like the Pops, I think. Like that color, like that same look.
I mean, again, if they're doing something like with a heart-shaped box, I'm okay with that. It's just, like I said, for the health of a company, I just think about all of these sitting out there and none of them getting... It makes me feel bad for them. Like, I don't want people to talk crap about it. I don't want to talk crap about it. And I don't know, like, there's going to be those outliers where there's a few people that think they're cool, but most people are going to just completely dog on them. And, like, I hate seeing stuff that I know 90% of people are going to hate.
Yeah, I hate exactly like basically what you just said. I just hate when, like, because no matter what the company puts out, any company that puts out stuff,
even cool stuff people complain about.
Yeah, there's always gonna be people that are like, oh, that stinks. That's just natural. Like, every time a new movie comes out and people are like, oh, it sucked, and other people are like, oh, it's so good, I'm gonna go watch it 4 more times. It just sucks when you see the company like shooting themselves in the foot and you're just like, oh god, that's terrible. Like, you already know as soon as it gets revealed, everyone's gonna, for the most part, a lot of people are gonna be like, ooh, like, this is cool. This is
like, I'm fine with it. This doesn't bother me in the least.
Although I kind of want them to be,
I kind of wish they're real chocolate though.
I think those would sell so well.
I'd eat them
if they look like, if they're actually real chocolate.
Can you imagine if you were like an obsessive Funko collector with just a few pops and you were trying to get your significant other to be acceptable or accept you with all of your collection and everything, this would be a great thing. Be like, hey babe, I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. Have some little chocolate pops. And then 2 months later, they have a collection of their own. It's, it's a little,
I have a feeling if they didn't accept it, they would have ran for the hills way long before we got to the chocolate stage. You know what I mean?
True.
It's like one look. If they don't go running, they're already accepted you.
Well, I'm talking about, like, we're talking like 4th, 5th date here. We're not living together. We're not doing anything together yet. This is just,
this would be a perfect thing. 4th, 5th date. This is the perfect thing to give them before you show them your collection.
Yeah, you haven't told them about the YouTube channel or anything, Vince.
No, don't do any of that yet. You say, here's a nice gift to these chocolate plastic people that are whatever. And then you see what the reaction is. If they think it's really stupid, it might not be the right person for you. Dating advice for everybody. You're welcome.
Yeah, but we're going downhill from year to year, from the pink ones to the snowmen to now the chocolate. And it's another whirlwind of emotions too. Like, we just got those Ahsoka pops. Ahsoka pops look amazing. Mando pops, not so great. Chocolate pops, even worse.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
So, I don't think any of us went after this guy.
It's funny, Vince, because you said before the show there wasn't that much that happened this week. There was a lot that happened.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I must have struck it all out of my brain.
So we had our first bounty on this Iron Man here.
I'll be honest one more time. I was kind of kicking myself for not grabbing one of these. I kind of want to see it in person is what I wanted. I really want to see this in person. Not for the mic, because I don't have the lie. I could care less about the bounty, really. And $150 is expensive, but really, I spent $100 on the 18-inch Iron Man with the giant head. This would at least be different. I mean, I'm still okay that I didn't pick one of these up at the end of the day, but I didn't I didn't think they were absolutely horrible. I mean, unless that's what I said a couple weeks ago. I don't remember exactly what I said, but
I think we all just said they look strange. Like they, for the price point, you could get so much of a better figure kind of thing. Like, and then go up a little more, and you could even get, you know, it's almost like Hot Toy categories there with stuff. But
Iron Dude.
I think there's a lot of I don't know. I still not like a super fan. I don't know. Just like,
no, I'm not either. I mean, I want to
anything.
I want to see one in person though at some point.
Yeah, maybe they'll have one at a shop near you or something.
That's what I'm saying. I'd like to like look at it, hold it, kind of see the like. I want to see it in my. I'd like to see it, and then I probably would have got rid of it. Honestly,
I mean, the funny enough, like if I got any of them, I think I would be the most happy with this one, the like main one. And the rare ones. Like I feel like that one is the one most people would want anyway.
Yeah, I don't.
And there was a what total of 3,000 of these.
Something like that.
I thought there was 1,500 regular, or the common, and then 1,500 of the chases, of the 4 chases or whatever there was.
So 3,000, yeah, 1 in 2 chance you find one of the 4 chances. So you have 50-50 shot. You're gonna get one of the 4. So that means there's only 1,500 of the common ones.
Right.
That's a pretty low number if you think about for a common one that actually looks the best too. To me, I think that one is the most like iconic Iron Man, at least.
Yeah, I don't like him at all.
I'm not sad that I missed out on it though.
Yeah,
no, I'm not either. Like I said, I'd love to see one day, but I mean more than that, no.
Did
and yeah, they put a $40,000 bounty for the number 1 of the hardest chase. There's only 50 of them. You got to get the first edition of that 50. So you got a 1 in 3,000 chance, and I don't know. Did they didn't announce that before they sold out, right? They sold out first, or
I think they sold out first, but who knows? They might have restocked too. So before.
Yeah, it's good though. I'm glad they sold out. Am I surprised?
3,000. It's not too crazy of a number.
No, I'm not super surprised they sold out.
I mean, it is the first thing we've seen in a while that has that many variants of chases, though. We've talked about.
Yeah, I would like to see more chase variants with literally anything else. Chase variants of Pops, multiple. We haven't gotten a multi-chase soda this year. We had Donald Duck and Otto last year. No multi-chase soda this year, which is kind of a bummer. But
yeah, I feel like the soda's kind of lost direction a little bit, but I digress.
Here's what I'm surprised with. It's the Fluffy that came out. But it's
You're surprised there was another Fluffy?
No, but it's not through his shop. That's what I'm surprised about. Like, this is a general specialty series Fluffy now. So any comic book shop or whatever can now get this and hold it. So it's just interesting that this is the first one that went mainstream, I guess. And it's scented, which I want to kind of smell it.
Why would you want a scented comedian?
I mean, I think the chocolate cake is scented, so it smells like chocolate.
Well, man, I hope so. I hope it's a chocolate cake scented one.
I mean, hopefully, since it's called Chocolate Cake Fluffy. So.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I never really got into the comedian pops in general.
He's getting up there. He's getting up there with the number of pops. I feel like he's trying to give Stitch a run for his
15,
money.
15. On number 15. And that one never came out, right? That weird gold, that like gold diamond one that someone found at the Funko warehouse sale, the first sale. That weird, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that vaguely.
The third Esquire recently bought the scented Eggo waffle and was disappointed with the lack of smell.
not maple syrupy enough? Or was it supposed to be maple syrup smell?
I want to get my hands on one of the Jack pops and get that smell test.
Yeah, like, right? Why would you want a scented comedian? That's like, I don't know.
It's different. I mean, it's different. I don't have a huge opinion on it. If you collect Fluffy, you're definitely going to want to add that one. It'll probably be easy to add because I don't see it being super like crazy.
I mean, with a specialty series, yeah, everyone can get it everywhere. So you're going to find it from $10 to $15 probably everywhere.
It's just such a random assortment of variants. Like, let's just get like a flocked NASCAR driver or something. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. That's all.
No. It's a weird
but
one.
I know people love them. We every single time we get the Fluffy soda in a collection, they sell very well. People love Fluffy. So I mean, I actually saw him in person a couple times. He was hilarious, but
yeah,
I don't think he's not somebody that I think we actually have 3 Fluffies. I think we have the blacklight one. I don't know. We don't need like a whole shelf of Fluffy.
You have 3. You're saying that 3 Fluffies in your collection is enough.
3 is enough. I think 3 is adequate. Like 1, you probably got by accident. 2, you know, you're kind of a fan. 3
it's kind of intentional.
Number. Yeah, 3 is intentional. Anything over that,
4 is a real disorder and a problem of many sorts.
Yeah.
Well, I have quite a few signed autograph ones.
That's different. They're signed. You know, it's
yeah. It makes you even worse, Josh. Quite honestly, but we're not judging here tonight. Tonight's a safe place. So
the sodas though went down to $15 on the site. So if you haven't picked up one and want to pick it up, it's $15. I think it was like 20. Right?
Wasn't it 20 or 25 when I first dropped it?
Yeah,
I think it was like 20 when it first came out. So he still has a bunch. So if you want them instead of the misprint of 50,000 or whatever that's on them, 15,000 is supposed to be the number. But.
Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about the exact piece count of that. The only thing that I can say I actually do think it's 15,000. It's just, and this could be a total like wrong, way to measure a soda, but judging by how few we've gotten in collections, I could get behind the fact that it's only 15,000. And I take that with there's some other sodas that have been 20,000, that have been 15,000, and we've gotten a ton of. So like the piece count kind of matches how many have flowed. But then again, maybe
the only thing with that though. If they only sold 500 and you got like 3 of them, you know what I'm saying?
That's
and also, I'm not judging on anybody's Fluffies. I have 23 Twinkies sitting behind me, so I don't think I should be the one that's really making any judgments on anybody collecting too many Fluffies. I have a bunch of food characters sitting behind me.
Yeah, it's just, is it the correct indication of how many are on the secondary market? Probably not, since they're not all sold out. If they were sold out, and you couldn't buy them anywhere except for the secondary market, and we were barely seeing them in collections, and I'd be like, all right, yeah, it's probably 15,000.
Until Josh just said this, I forgot that they had them available only on his site.
I thought they sold out.
That's how they can get them too. So, and they were $20 for a while, so that probably kind of limited.
I know that $20 scared away quite a few people.
Well, and it's also no retailer gets them to sell them at a cheaper price or at put them in mystery boxes and that, right? Because they're paying full price if they get them from the Fluffy shop, right? So they're not getting them discounted rate. So
you presume that,
that's not unless he wants to start clearing some out and like throwing them up. You want to buy 80 of my boxes, cases left. Here you go.
I figured they'd be selling them at his shows.
Probably. I'm sure they probably have some of the different merch at the shows too.
A million brands, but it would also be kind of weird if he has a lot of miniature fluffy collectibles of himself. Wouldn't that be kind of weird?
I'm sure he does.
I mean, unless you're a big fan of yourself. I mean, he might be a big fan.
He's a Funko fan. We know he has Funko Pop.
Yeah. He
had the NFT, some of the NFTs before anyone else did, and people were all mad when they saw him in the background.
If you had 10 Slapshot John Pops, you wouldn't collect them all.
Okay.
I'd need them.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, we'd all have them.
True. All right, true. Touche.
I think at least they're very different molds, each one.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can appreciate. a lot of them are very different molds. They're not just redoing the same thing over.
True. Yeah.
No, I think they do an amazing job with all of them.
Speaking of different molds, did you grab a picture of the new Thrawn?
The new Thrawn I liked a little bit more than the other one they just released a week ago.
Yeah, I wanted to hear everybody's thoughts on that. The arms crossed
one. The arms crossed here.
Yeah.
It's right here.
What do you guys think about this?
I thought this one was kind of better. Where do you think it's exclusive to? Funko Shop?
Probably Funko Shop, yeah.
It's specialty series though, so isn't it? So it probably is not. It's probably like, I bet you it's like Target or GameStop or something like that. I don't know. That sticker is the special.
Oh, because
edition.
What the special edition?
Yeah, that's
oh yeah, you're right.
Special edition
Funko Shop, it would be Funko, Europe. They would have.
Yeah, you're right, Josh. Yeah, why was I not thinking that? Yeah, you're right.
It's probably going to be Target or GameStop. I bet. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes back to what I was saying. I kind of hate that they released the common and then you got the exclusive, and one's got a pistol, one's got it. I mean, I think I like this one. I think a little bit more than the one with the pistol, personally. If I was going to grab one.
And John says,
and do you guys think that the value of the original one is going to fluctuate downward or upward? Because I've been seeing a lot of people saying that the OG one now is going to skyrocket in price because these two on the market, that people are going to be completionists. But I actually think the opposite.
I mean,
I don't think it's going to kill. I don't think it'll Cad Bane it, because I think Cad Bane was kind of much more minor character for most lay Star Wars people. Thrawn is going to be a big part going forward. I think he's going to be like, dare I say, the Vader going forward. You know what I mean? I think he's going to be a big cornerstone for what they're going to be doing in the next movie and maybe beyond that a little bit. So I don't think that it's going to kill the OG. I don't think it's going to skyrocket though because of this either. No, I think if anything, it takes a little hit, comes maybe back down.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a little hit. I think it's good. It's funny. Yeah, I said yikes when I saw it because I was just really questioning the mold. Like, I don't ever remember Thrawn doing that, like with his arms crossed like that.
It seems like a Thrawn-y thing to do, though.
Yeah.
Like, what is he like?
He's contemplating. He's like, let me think about how I'm going to attack these guys here.
The Night Sisters are late today. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't
where's that Enoch with my coffee?
Pretty much. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that. All right, maybe I could see it, but I don't ever remember it. Someone also made a good point. It's actually it's the same box color scheme as the Rebels, but it doesn't say Rebels at the top. So if this could be hinting at a brand new Star Wars line of pops to come in this style box. It's just funny that we didn't get Thrawns for 6 years and then we just got 2 in the last week. And then Jetman said next week we're gonna get the chocolate Thrawn.
Yeah, chocolate Thrawn. I'll wait for that.
A year from now at least. Like, I think maybe a year from now, the next one.
We've also been waiting for some troopers from the show. Now we got we got the 332nd, we got the clone troopers that were announced the other day. I feel like maybe they weren't able to produce those before until they brought them into the show.
Yeah, I hope there's a Night Sisters 3-pack. That would be amazing.
Yeah, the Night Sisters look good too.
I also just hope they don't overdo it. I think one of the things about Thrawn, at least in the Star Wars community, or in the Funko community with Star Wars, is that there is. I'm good. Like, if there's these 3, you have an exclusive, a common, and then an OG Star Wars Celebration exclusive. Like, I think we're good. Like, just don't overdo it. Like, don't Vader him, because if you do Vader him, like. Because now they make Vaders like left and right, and I just feel like it's not as special. That's all.
I mean, luckily Funko doesn't overdo things, so I think we're safe.
Yes,
I think we're fine. Right. Funko never overdoes anything, so I think we're good.
Let's take a look at this next slide, please.
Oh, how about this one?
Oh, this is sick. I need this.
I know the other one you didn't want to talk about again. We talked about it last week. I just thought it was
pre Vizsla right here with the Darksaber. Like, this is amazing. Pre Vizsla should have been an NYCC exclusive instead of Maul. Although I feel like nobody knows who Pre Vizsla is, which is fine.
No, if you didn't watch the Clone Wars, I mean, what's wrong with you, first of all? But yeah, Pre Vizsla is a cool pop to have.
Yeah, so I get it.
They look great too.
They put him in the 2-pack with Darth Maul. I feel like people are going to see Maul and they'll be like, "Oh, this is cool. Who's this pre-Vizsla guy? Let me try to, I guess I'll take him too."
But it's the one thing I like about this 2-pack is that they are different bases for both too. If you look, like how they did the bases and that. So I like that look. Like, it's very two different bases. Very different kind of.
Yeah,
I think they did.
Well, whenever they do a jetpack and then it has the exhaust coming down, turning into the actual base of the pop, they all look amazing. Like, so freaking cool. Yeah, Pre Vizsla was voiced by Jon Favreau. Yeah,
it didn't have a lot. I mean, it was a very good battle. That was a fun episode.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like but I mean where this is from was a good episode.
Yeah, and I feel like this pop, like him holding the Darksaber, I feel like it has more weight to like seeing like Din Djarin as a pop holding the Darksaber, because Din really didn't do anything with it.
No.
So,
you guys watch Avatar at all? The Last Airbender?
Yeah, I just I watch a lot of shows now, Josh. I don't go to work anymore.
No, in the past. Have you watched this?
No, I've never seen Avatar. But these pops look cool, especially that 6-inch guy.
I like the Appa with armor. I think that looks great. And then King Boomy, which are both oversized pops, but both of them look really good.
I always like the Appas for whatever reason.
I know nothing about that armored Appa, and I might get that.
Know nothing about it.
It's great. Yeah, and then Momo up there. Momo's ready to fight. Like, Momo looks great. So if you haven't watched the show, like these are great pops for that show. So I'm like how they did it. It's interesting how they do the two different 6-inch pops though. Like King Boomy has the very open box, and then Appa has the more big closed box with the thing on the side. So it's kind of interesting how they're doing some of that.
Also, I might go throw in my application to Bully Boy Collectibles, because wherever they are, they always seem to have the newest pops in hand. They take all these out-of-box pictures. So I don't know who they are or what they are, but they always have everything.
Are they in the Philippines? I feel like they somewhere overseas.
Makes sense.
But yeah, they get all of the.
I mean, hey, good for them. That's awesome.
And we're getting. Here's the Eddie already spotted at Funko Hollywood.
And this is the metallic Eddie, correct? Not the common Eddie.
Yeah, so this is the
black Eddie.
Supposedly FYE exclusive. Who knows? It might change, but. FYE.
Is this the same mold as the Blacklight?
No,
Eddie?
Yes, it's the same mold as the Blacklight. And I believe there's a common, is there not? There's a common also? I think this is the metallic one.
Yeah, there's a common.
So we got a common, metallic, and Blacklight of this.
They went all in on Eddie after the.
All like, oh, you guys like Eddie?
Oh, you like Eddie? Okay. Here's 4.
We gotcha.
I like it. I think this is a cool. I think it's a great mold. It's just.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I need a metallic.
No, man. I said it before. This is where they got to spread some of this stuff out. Just release just the exclusive. Like, just don't do the. No need for the metallic. They're trying to do.
We know.
I don't even know what to say anyway. Like, it's too much. It makes everybody, like, if you're a completionist, it drives you nuts. It kind of discourages, I don't know. I don't even want to get into it. I hate when they do. It's like Blacklight. Bring out the Blacklight next year. The next season's not coming out for a while. People could get excited about it. It's just spread some of the stuff out a little bit.
Right.
Because then they got to come up with chocolate characters of Star Wars then to fill up, you know, like spread some of the other stuff out. I like this though.
This is cool. This is freaking awesome.
I love so many of these. I would love to have a wall, I think, just of like the comic books.
I would be right there. Like if I was a comic book collector, I'd eat these things up. I think that all of these look super amazing.
They all have unique molds to them a lot of time. Yep. Almost all of them do, and there's so many good ones. And even the album ones have been great too. So
yeah, these were good. These are a hit. As far as something that's bigger, I think that these are great.
I think they're just, they're awkward to have, but I'm sure these sell. Especially, I think these are the perfect thing. We've always talked about the niche collector thing. So if you're an X-Men collector, not necessarily a Funko collector, you don't need every X-Men Funko Pop that's out. But if you collect the X-Men and you have a room of X-Men stuff or a wall of it or whatever, something like this looks great in that kind of collection.
Well, if you think about it, listen, I think a lot of people that collect just comic books, I think people that even just collect comic books, they have probably a couple Funko Pops in their collection. I think these go just perfectly hand in hand. Like if you got you put some slabs out in your room and you put a couple of these in there with it, I think these are great because I think they go across the, spectrum of collectors a little bit more. Again, they're big. So if you're huge pop collectors, I think it's hard to fit all of this stuff in. I mean, we have a couple, but I love them. I think they look great.
Good stuff. So
yeah, I would love to have a few of these on my wall in our next house.
It's funny. I think we were just talking about how it was a slow week, but it's already 10:42, guys.
I know, son of a gun, man. I thought this was going to be like a 20-minute show, but no, there was a lot of stuff this week.
I think there's a lot of stuff. There's still more things, like you're starting to see other things coming, but also, there's the great, the okay, and then the terrible.
The terrible, yeah, like always.
Yeah, I think that's the good thing about it, and there's something for everyone, as we say. Something for everyone.
Well, I think it's crazy too. Like this is just one hobby, and there's a lot of us who are involved in different hobbies and communities. So, and I know there's a lot of other people out there who are feeling like, oh man, they dropped so much Funko stuff this week. There's so many comic books that came out. There's all these designer toys that I want, or tiny ghosts or whatever it is. Like there's so many different collectibles. So like when you sit down, you reflect on like 1 week, it can be overwhelming. So
yeah, that's for sure.
Definitely got to focus on which stuff makes you the most happy. Buying stuff for good deals so you don't overexert yourself and everything, because it's definitely something that can get out of hand in any hobby really quick.
Very quickly.
But then again, we're planning on buying 3 or 4 Peanuts coolers.
Yeah,
And then we're all grabbing a bunch of these mystery boxes from them.
Yeah. So maybe we're
part of a big month going into November here.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to some sales, man. I'm excited to get stuff Joanna and I love deal hunting. We love using coupons and rewards points, and anything we can get for a discount, bring it on.
That's it. It's gonna be the year or the end of the year holiday sales that we're gonna be looking for.
Yep.
No, you never know what you're gonna get. Hopefully we don't suck like the Pops do.
I'm sorry. There's one more thing that we got to talk about, because I promised Brian we would talk about it. He said he meant to ask last week, what's up with the Ghostbusters? Funko lost the Ghostbusters license, apparently, which I find really weird, guys, because they just released that. I was going to say holographic, the Egon. He's not holographic, but he's like it's not a Force.
They couldn't finish the two sodas off before they lost.
I know. I know. You're never going to get.
Kidding me?
So I looked into it and I can't get a definitive answer. So if anybody has like a link to an article or actual hardcore evidence to back this up, besides hearsay or rumors or just like chat through the internet, I couldn't find anywhere, and maybe you're not going to find anywhere where it says they actually lost the license. But I read into license agreements, and there is a period, a transition period. So both parties have the right after a certain date to either renew the license or not renew the license. And there's also a period of time where they can negotiate. So maybe they're in a negotiation period where Funko is saying, hey, we want to continue doing Ghostbusters stuff. And then, I don't know, maybe the Ghostbusters license or whoever is in charge of the Ghostbusters IP is saying, I don't know if we're going to continue on. And there's actually, I don't think it's just Funko. I think there's something in the water with Ghostbusters entirely, because I saw some stuff that said Hasbro possibly lost the Ghostbusters license as well. So I don't know if there's something up with Ghostbusters. They are supposedly making another movie. So there's going to be a sequel to Afterlife that's apparently in the works. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So before everybody quicks and goes, oh, it's Funko's fault, they lost the license, look into it. There's some weird stuff going on.
Yeah, license, there's a lot of moving parts when you're talking license, and every single IP is different, completely different.
Yeah. And also, there could have been a break in the contract, like with all the license. Now, I'm no expert. I'm just telling you guys what I researched and what I looked into. In these very thick, very detailed contracts between the the actual IP and the producer, whoever's like making a collectible or making some sort of item based on that IP, they have to live up to their end of the bargain. So if Ghostbusters says you must put out 77 different Ghostbusters products in a year, Funko is required to put out at least 77. That could be pops, that could be sodas, that could be a t-shirt design, that could be a plushie. They have to uphold whatever is in that agreement. So, Funko could have broken that agreement by maybe not producing as much, but I don't think that's the case, because they came out with Ghostbusters Afterlife Pops, and they just came out with that Egon for New York Comic-Con. So you see them still putting out some Ghostbusters stuff. So if we hadn't seen anything Ghostbusters in 2023, then I think you could point the finger at Funko and be like, hey, they didn't produce. Sure, they lost the license. But I did, like, no expert, I did like 20 to 30 minutes of research into it, because like a lot of you guys, I'm very upset that we did not get the last two sodas to complete the line, especially when we've got so many of the villains as well. So
yeah.
Well, it's who owns it? Sony own it? Like Sony own the.
I don't know.
Well, I know Hasbro got the license several years ago for the toys, but that's toys. That doesn't always mean the same thing.
There's another unique part to Funko with their licensing. Funko has a lot of licenses because there's not that much competition right now on the marketplace for bobbleheads. That's what Funko primarily has the license for, with making pops, because pops are technically bobbleheads. So in a lot of their contracts, once again, from what I understand, it doesn't say action figure. It has to say action figure with companies like Hasbro if they make like Black Series. Who makes Marvel Legends? Who's that? Marvel Legends are action figures. But with Funko, the way they can get away with having so many, because there's a lot of companies that produce action figures, but there's not a lot of big, big companies making bobbleheads.
Oh, and the last year too, was it about a year ago or so? When they made all those mini puffs, they definitely made a lot of pops. So,
that's right. Like, they made all the mini puffs. Okay, Hasbro does Marvel Legends as well. So I don't just collect Funko. I also do Black Series.
It'll be interesting to see how that goes. I mean, I want to finish my soda set at least.
Yeah, the soda set would have been nice to finish, but a million bands, excuse me. That's awesome. Actually, everybody put in the chat, what other things do you collect besides Funko? Just out of curiosity. But yeah, that was my small TED talk on licensing, and I'm very upset if they did lose the Ghostbusters. So Yeah, exactly. That's why you don't see Star Wars CMFs. It's just written into their license agreement that they want to make the figures exclusive. They don't want to mass produce them, so that's why they do the battle packs. They can't do the CMFs. So, oh, Blue Milk Luke collects Lego. Brian does anything Ghostbusters. Anna does Lego. Always love seeing the Lego fans. Debt collects debt.
Hey, so do I.
There you go. There you go.
So,
Pirate does pins. Nice.
Speaking of Ghostbusters, so my team at work, they had some creativity and fun because we have a pumpkin contest. So I'll share it once it goes live because there'll be a People's Choice Award. So everyone will need a vote for our pumpkin, but it's a Stay Puft Marshmallow.
Oh yeah,
nice, very nice.
Multiple other pumpkins to make. So
Sir Bass collects Pokemon football, or used to collect Pokemon football and hockey cards, but Funko and Lego have taken over. I like that.
It's kind of
Big
where I'm at.
Man Gabe collects Hot Wheels. Barry collects Handmade by Robots. They have made some really great ones.
They've really expanded a lot, and a lot of licenses too.
Yeah.
They're in the good license market, I think. I wonder how that works with their figures, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's very similar. I mean, it depends on what kind of license they're trying to get. Usually, you have to sell a certain amount. Usually, it's dollar amounts for smaller companies, and then I think when you get to some of these things, it becomes more complicated. But I bet you it's dollar amounts. They get the license and they have to sell so much to. Because usually licensors or licensors, I believe is who.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Licensing out. They just want to have guaranteed. They're going to have a guarantee that they're going to get for whatever they're selling the license out for.
Oh, I love what Alex said. He collects Funko, Lego, pins, Slapshotpops, pucks, and Poppin Duo dog tags. There you go. Love it. Oh no, Handmade by Robots is showing up at $5 below. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I mean,
it's disrespectful.
I mean, does that mean they're popular though enough? Like enough to be there also as well?
I don't know. I don't know if that's what that means when you go to $5 below.
I mean, I don't know. Is it? Is it a bad? I mean, it means there's a lot of them out there.
If it's a product you're selling for, $15 and it's at $5 below, yeah, I don't think that's ever good. I mean, it's good exposure. It's better. It's exposure.
Yeah, it gets them out there.
It's good for the consumer.
I mean, and they have quite a bit. They've done quite a few exclusives and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
We just picked one up the other day. The Ghostface breast cancer awareness one. Actually, they have the exclusive at our local store. They carry it.
Cool.
Enter Duo at checkout for, I think, 10% off.
There you go.
We get nothing back on that. It's just, if you could save a couple bucks, why not? Supports a good cause, and you got a pink face, ghost face.
There you go. Say that 5 times fast.
I don't think I could.
Did they have New York Comic Con exclusives this year? I didn't really pay attention enough. Last year,
they did last year.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if they had any this year. Oh, you know what? They had one I did pick up. I haven't unboxed it yet. It was a collab.
Yeah, they had One Eye Willie last year. I'm looking at it right now.
Travis said they did a collab with Chomps.
Yeah, that's the one I picked up. I haven't unboxed it yet.
Josh, did you get those mini? What was that? That Fugitive Toys case? Was that Tiny Ghosts?
Tiny
Ghost. Was that?
So I still have those unboxed. I have the Tiny Ghost, and then I was able to get one of the others.
I'm so like Joanna and I were looking at those figures. We are so mad at ourselves for not swinging by the Fugitive booth again on the second day and grabbing a case like we wanted to, because those are so cool.
John, I almost asked you to pick one up, but I felt very guilty to do that. So I did
a lot of people asked us to pick those up.
I know that's why I didn't, because I don't want to get yelled at. So
no, we told everybody up front that we were just not going to be able to pick up anything for anyone. But
I respected that.
I wish, I wish that we grabbed the case.
I got a case actually by being a Paradorable member. the day before actually even the con. They randomly sent an email and I was like on it. And then I had someone pick up the one exclusive there, the Stay Puft exclusive.
Gotcha.
So someone did pick that one up. That we'll unbox. So we haven't unboxed those. They did come in. But yeah, we got.
Alex said, "What about the possible Mario pops of the proto shown on Mike Becker's live?" I did see that. I feel like Mario pops have been like rumored and whispered about for years. I think that at some point they will happen. I don't know. I'm sure that's a very tough. You want to talk about license negotiation? Nintendo does not give out their licensing very easily. So
yeah.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see. There's a lot of licenses that Funko has that years ago I remember we were talking about, and like now they have them. Like before I did, or before the three of us did YouTube and everything. I remember when I was at the end of college, like The Office was like very popular on Netflix. It was like, top streaming show and everything. And I was like, oh man, I really wish that we get Office Pops someday. Now looking back, I wish I would have been like, I wish we get a few Office Pops and not, every character and all these different outfits and everything. They definitely did a lot of Office stuff, but it's cool being here in 2023 and looking back on like 2016 when I was like, oh man, I hope they make Office stuff. And now we have a ton of Office stuff. So. Gator said, you look like you guys had so much fun there. Are you talking about New York Comic Con? Because we did have a lot of fun at New York Comic Con, and it was just, we dropped the final video that we had from the con today. It was tough to film. It was just so crowded. It was crazy packed, way busier than last year, and we anticipate next year will probably be busier than this year. But we had a blast. It was so cool, and I really hope that Vince and Josh can find their way to New York Comic Con next year. So,
all right, so it's that time.
You too.
You guys want to go around and see what's going on this week?
Absolutely. Well,
says the least prepared person.
No, listen, I got to talk to you guys after this because we got a family live. I don't know when we're going to try to squeeze this in before Halloween. We're going to see what can happen. I've got our auction next week that we're not going to do on Tuesday. So I'm going to figure out what day we're going to do that. So make sure you guys are following us on Instagram because you're not getting any notification here tonight. I'm going to surprise everybody with all that. And then we have videos that we could drop the video today. I feel like that was a fun video that you may or may not like. So go check that one out. We'll have videos next week that we haven't filmed yet. So yeah, we've got a lot going on that I don't know anything about. So it's a lot different than most weeks. John?
I'm going to say here, it's not going to be hard to follow that up.
No, I set the table for you nicely. I am going to eat my piece of chocolate while I listen to you.
You did. So like I just mentioned a quick minute ago, we dropped our final New York Comic Con video. It's a full tour of the $7 a pop booth, which was insane at the con. I don't think I've ever seen, I think they had 5 or 6 LE24 Freddy's, which is pretty crazy, but they easily had $1 million worth of Funko items in that small little space. So, they were extremely nice to us. We finally got to meet Lee and talk to him and get some FaceTime with the guys behind $7 a pop. So great company over there, awesome people, and we thoroughly enjoyed our entire experience in the booth. So if you guys want to go check out that video, please feel free to do so. We finally got our heavy metal boxes, or at least the first 2 today. So we'll be opening those on Saturday, along with the rest of our NYCC items. I'm sure we're probably like the last YouTube channel in the Funko community to be opening up our boxes, but that's what you get when you live on the East Coast, especially like Northeast Coast. Like Josh got his boxes way quicker than we did. So I don't know if it's just where our hub is or wherever we live. It's just not great for the mail network. But Saturday night, we're doing our big Halloween party here on YouTube. So if you guys aren't doing anything, come on over. It's going to be starting off, I think at 8. I could be wrong. I can't remember the time, but huge Halloween party live stream. We're going to be dressing up. We're going to be bringing on guests in costume. It's going to be a blast. Might do a giveaway or two or something, but yeah, definitely come on over. We are running out of room for all the Toys for Tots boxes. It has been insane. I have the table that we've had set up in our collection room. I thought we were going to be able to break it down once we got back from New York Comic Con. That's not happening anytime soon because that's where all the remaining unboxed Toys for Tots stuff is sitting. We got like another, I don't know, 5 or 6 boxes today. And I know there's like a whole handful of people who have messaged us and already letting us know that there's a whole heck of a lot of stuff on the way. So thank you guys so much for all your generosity and everything. So we have that Saturday night, and then we're gone next week. So we'll be pre-filming all of our stuff this weekend. So you'll see videos on the channel next week like normal. And then I'm going to Rhode Island Comic-Con next weekend. I should be here on PopFourceOne. I'll just be at our house in New Jersey. But we have Rhode Island Comic-Con next weekend. That's going to be crazy as well. So a lot of stuff going on as we move into November here. So thank you for the support, as always.
Busy. All right. Yeah. So we put out some videos this week. If you didn't check it out, we had some Funko Shop haul stuff, and our boxes, like John said, got them in. We just got in our other 2 boxes too, John, today. So we'll be unboxing those very shortly here. Definitely, because I want to see if we hit those 500-piece ones, because one should be, unless Funko sends me 2 of the same boxes or some kind of screw up, should be the new one. We have some sodas open for Soda Saturday coming up, some fun stuff. And we also have, some other mystery boxes and things like that have come in the last couple weeks. So you'll see those come in. Next week, we do have our auction back. So this week, we kind of like going every other week. Next Wednesday, we have our auction back at 8:30 p.m. We'll do some mystery boxes and have some fun. On Friday night, we plan on doing our live next week. So if you want to come out for that, we'll be doing our live probably like 9 o'clock or so. So if you want to come out, hang out for that. We also plan on trying to maybe do something interesting with mystery boxes live on YouTube. So if you're interested in it, keep an ear out for that. Also, we might do where if you are a channel member, you get a slight discount for your box as well too. And
stuff I like that. That's pretty good.
Like a $5 kind of discount on a box. If you're a channel member, that type of things. But we'll do those live. We'll open them live, or we can send them to you. That type of thing. That'll be 9 p.m. on next Friday, not this Friday, but the next Friday. So next week we have a bunch going on. Hopefully, you can come hang out with us and have some fun. But yeah, we have a bunch of good stuff coming up with videos and that. We got a bunch of stuff to start unboxing, so you'll see a lot of new content. We still are getting stuff from New York Comic Con. We got our New York Comic Con stuff in. We got our Tiny Ghost in. We got our other stuff in. So you'll probably see in those videos for the next week or so at least, before probably more mystery boxes. So, good stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Esty Mom. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you guys. One small, or I guess 2 small notes really quick on Toys for Tots. If you guys are sending something, please include your name or a note in the box if possible. We've gotten a couple boxes that we don't know where they're from just because they have no name or return address or anything. Some people also ship some stuff from Amazon to us, which was very kind. The second thing, please, if you are dropping off your boxes at UPS, please make sure they get scanned, because we unfortunately have 3 or 4 boxes that have been lost that we need to try to see if we can track down. So just to prevent that, when you're in the store, like, don't take the employee's word for it, because I know at our UPS store,
from them.
Yeah, it's a crazy amount of turnover. And sometimes I walk in and it said, and the person's like, yeah, just put it down, I'll get to it. And I'm like, no, I need a receipt. I need to actually see you physically scan it. Just so you can actually track it in the system, because if it doesn't get scanned or you don't get that receipt, that box could get lost in the shuffle. Not accusing any UPS employees of doing anything shady, but if it's just lost in the network, it can be impossible to track down. So yeah. Cool.
But yeah, got a lot of stuff coming up. It is almost November. It's hard to believe. almost November. Halloween is right around the corner for everyone. So everyone, hopefully you have a great fun Halloween if you go out and do anything good, or haunted house or trick or treating, or just eat a bunch of candy once it goes on sale the next day.
I'll do that.
That is up to you. So again, thanks everyone for coming out and hanging out with us tonight on this Thursday night. And we'll see you all very soon on our next live auction video, whatever we're doing. So.
Yes.
Bye everyone.
Bye everyone.
See you guys.